appeals court, and the defense attorney speaks first. I was the prosecution. I speak second. So while the defense attorney is speaking, I am getting parched and more dry, and I think, I have to get up and talk. There's water on the table. I really want a glass of water. And so I take the pitcher of water, this brass-colored pitcher of water with a black top, and I take the cup, and it looks so perfectly set up. Water, cup, prosecutor, speaking. It all looks so perfect. Except what I didn't know is that the black part of the pitcher was not connected to the rest of the pitcher, and it was full. So as I take my cup and go to pour my water, it spills into the cup, over the cup, onto the table, onto the rug, the whole full pitcher, everywhere, all over the table, all over everything. And I'm sitting there, and there are 5 very official-looking judges in front of me 10 feet away. And the defense attorney is standing right next to me going on and on about his case. And I have yet to say a word. And I have now flooded the entire prosecution side of the courtroom. And there was really nothing that I could do about this. So I just picked up my things and moved to the seat next to me and tried to keep my papers away from the pool of water, and the water spilling over the edge of the table, dripping onto the floor. And the court officers come over, and there's a couple of paper towels, but there weren't enough paper towels in the courtroom to clean up the amount of water that was spilling all over the place. And what was interesting about this is that I had seen this happen before. And as I'm about to pour this water, the little white-dressed person on my shoulder says, "You saw this happen before. This may not be a good idea. That might happen to you. It might spill everywhere." And the little red person sitting on the other shoulder said, "That won't happen to you. It's a pitcher. It's water. You're thirsty. You have to speak. You have to have water. Pour it. Pour it." And I did, and I flooded the entire table. And I did actually manage to get up after that, give my case, and as far as I can recollect, I did win the case. So it was not...
I think that my most impressive win actually started when I was right out of law school. I'd been out for, 6 months or a year, and I was living in Woburn, and my toilet stopped flushing. This doesn't seem like something that would lead to litigation, but as it turns out, I'm a newlywed. The toilet won't flush, so of course, my wife asked me to go get a plunger. So I get a plunger, and I'm plunging and plunging and plunging and plunging, and nothing is happening. So I figured there's got to be something, like there's nothing notable has happened with our toilet. There's got to be something wrong with the pipes. So who do you call when something's wrong with the pipes? Well, I don't know. I guess you could call Roto-Rooter, but I figured it's the city's pipes up under the street, so I'm going to call the city. So I called the city up, and in retrospect, they said the obvious, which was that, look, sir, it sounds like you have a broken pipe, and if it's on your property, then you have to fix it. If it's on city property, then we got to fix it. So, although I'm angry, it seems like there is a certain justice to that rule. So then the next question is, well, how do you find out where a pipe is broken? Well, as it turns out, that Roto-Rooter actually does that. So I'm all excited. I call Roto-Rooter, and by this point we're in like day 2 of the saga here, and really relearning appreciation for the plumbing in the house. We call Roto-Rooter, and they actually take a camera and put it on the end of this long router thing. So I'm fascinated with this whole disgusting process. They go through, and they're measuring the whole thing out. And he's talking. Look, I can see nothing's moving down here. There's no way out. So I'm like, wow, this is really kind of cool. So he's like measuring it. He's no, there's no way out. And he's shaking his head. There's no way out. So eventually he gets to he pushes it all the way out, and he says, "Yeah, you're right out, right in the middle of the street. Here's the video. That'll be $175." So I take the video and I show it to my wife, and we immediately christen it the "There's No Way Out" video, and we're showing it to friends and laughing. And I call the city, And the city says, what can we do for you? Well, I actually called Roto-Rooter, and I got them out here, and I've got the video proof. You have to fix my toilet. So the guy, there's a pause, and I said, let me go talk to the city solicitor. So he comes back, and the city solicitor says, this is Joe Blow, the city solicitor. We're not going to pay for that. We're not going to fix that. You're out of luck. If you have a problem with that, you're going to have to sue us. So, little does he know that he's talking to Tom Ralph with 6 months legal experience. This is what I went to law school for. This is what I spent $85,000 for in 3 years of my life. I'm going toe-to-toe with the city of Woburn. So, as it turns out, I start immediately feverishly using all of my online legal research skills that I paid so dearly for. And I'm still, after 15 years of practice, I'm still amazed that one of the seminal cases that Justice Holmes wrote when he was a judge on the state Supreme Court in Massachusetts before he went to the United States Supreme Court involved the responsibility of municipalities to fix pipes under their streets. It's just astonishing. Here in Massachusetts, there's a case right on point written by Justice Holmes. So I called it the city solicitor. He's like, I'm not impressed. Yeah, take me to court. So I take him to court. I draft up the pleadings. I get the preliminary injunction. I go in front of the judge, and she says, Mr. Smith, there's actually a case that said that this guy's actually found that says that you're responsible for it. All right, I guess we'll fix it, Judge. So I go home, and this is my first major victory. I'm just a quiver with excitement about this whole thing. So I wait for the trucks to arrive. They don't arrive. I call the city up, and I say, hey, do you realize I can't use my toilet? You've got to come and fix this. Nah, we've been thinking about it some more. We're not going to pay. We're not going to fix it. It's your responsibility. So I said, well, wait a minute. You're trying to tell me that I'm responsible for what happens underneath the street? This is an outrage. If I'm responsible, I'm stopping traffic on the street. Stop driving on my pipe. So, hey, we're going to tell you we're not going to pay for it. What do you think you're going to do? So I actually end up finding this little-known provision where you can attach the property of the losing litigant and actually mark it for sale. So I actually went and got a lien on the mayor's desk and toilet. And we marked it up for a hearing, and then they eventually fixed my toilet. My greatest one.
So I'm a brand new prosecutor, and I moved to Massachusetts to go to law school in '94. So I'd only been in Massachusetts for all of 4 years. And I said, because I think it was even in the police report, or I'd heard it, I said that they took the guy, as I'm standing up there doing the arraignment, and they put him in the paddy wagon, and the judge's face turned this horrible shade, and she's like, "Excuse me, what did you say?" And I didn't know what I said wrong, but apparently paddy wagon is a derogative term for the Irish, and it was a terrible, terrible, terrible thing to say, like a major curse word to say in Massachusetts of all places, and I got absolutely screamed at for that in court. It was very humiliating. I didn't know, but now I do, and now so do you. If anyone here did not know that. Judges, are you ready yet? Yep, okay. All right, 9.6 for Larry. All right, Bob, are you ready?